Okay, I've got a top loader here a customer sent in to get modded, and it's having issues. It's just graphically garbled. I went ahead and did the AV mod on it, thinking that might help something, but it didn't. But what I've noticed is, if I tap on the video RAM, I get a change in the picture. That seems like a pretty good indication that the SRAM chip has failed. So we'll change it out and see what happens. Okay, I've desoldered the chips and added sockets in there, and they're the same SRAMs except I swapped them. This is work RAM and this is video RAM, and I've just swapped them over, and now instead of getting garbled graphics, all I get is a gray screen. So it's most likely that that SRAM chip is bad. So we're going to replace that one with a new one and see what happens. Look at that. Still garbled. Okay. Let's replace the video RAM also. Still messed up. We might have a CPU or PPU problem. Had a lot of problems with these SRAM chips that I bought. Logic brand. It's like the last ones that Jameco had, I believe. But I do have my test board. They're not Sharp brand. I'm not really sure what brand they are, but they are original SRAM chips. So we can try those. Let's do one at a time here. Okay, well that settles it for me. It wasn't the SRAM, or I should say it wasn't only the SRAM that was having issues. So I think I will remove CPU and PPU. That way I can change them out with the test board and put them into this board and see if that helps. Okay, so we got the test board with the PPU from the bad board. It's got the SRAMs back in it that were in it before. There we go. it's pretty convincing that we got a bad PPU also. So we'll get a working PPU into the bad board and see if that fixes everything. Okay, so this is the test board with the bad PPU, and this is the bad board, and this was the working PPU out of the test board. So I'm going to install sockets here, and this is what I use. I use these inline sockets, single inline. I bought these. I think they're 40, and I bought 100 of them, so I ended up with 400. Of course, they were imported from China, but cheap, and they work great. Kind of jiggle in there, so I always get an IC into it just to get them nice and lined up before I solder them down. I'm holding it from the bottom. We'll just solder in the corners here. Okay. Solder the end onto pin 21. Put the known good SRAMs in. Test it. Nope, still garbled. Let's do a little sanity check here. This is the test board with all its original components back in, the SRAM and the PPU that were originally in it. And as you can see, it's fine. Okay, I think I've actually finally found it. As you can see at the bottom here, look at that. You still see a little bit of a graphical glitch. Well, that's probably because I'm using one of those new Logic SRAMs, and I have problems with those even if they're brand new. So I'm probably going to take that back out and try to pull one from a front loader to replace that. I just don't trust them anymore. However, the issue was a trace where you cut and pull up pin 21. This might be really hard to get on camera, but right underneath pin 21 there is a trace that goes from, I think, pin 31 over to via, right next to pin 21. But my Exolite flush cutters must have got in there. Let's see if I can focus in on that. Oh, it really doesn't like that. Okay, I'm looking right here. Be too much light. Well, anyway, that trace got cut, and that's been the whole problem this whole time. Now, it wasn't our only problem. We found the bad SRAM and the bad PPU. But it just goes to show you, one little trace can ruin your day.